Okay, so I'm doing another garden update, and as you see we have reddening tomatoes. So it's this little central batch. You've probably been, if you've been following these videos, you've been seeing the ones here. So yeah, you've been seeing these ones in the central area. This is where the really big ones are, even though they're all the same plant. We'll see how these ones are grown, but yeah, they're starting to redden. So this is the first thing that happened. I thought the peppers might come up first, but I have had a play around with everything today, just moving stuff out, giving stuff space. So quick update. So down here are the cucumbers. I've now separated them out just because they were starting to interlock and intertwine, and so some of the tomatoes, they've all been stood up now, so hopefully creates a bit more space, a bit of separation of species, and we'll see how it grows. But yeah, you can see an idea on each tomato plant, at least, you know, yielding a few. I think the one at the end is not necessarily got many yet, but cucumber plants are so big now, very wiry, looking good. One of them might have got damaged when I moved it apart earlier, so we'll see. One might not survive. These have been separated and re-rowed, so we have some cucumbers on the back, peppers at the front. So the peppers are still flowering, none yet looking like you're going to see, but there are lots of flowers, so that's looking great. Again, tomatoes have been have separated out, cleaned up, so they're all growing high. Middle one, the flowers are yet to flower still, but they will. And yeah, so quite a few tomatoes here. That'll be great when that one all goes red. That's at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, I think, on that bunch. That'd be fantastic. Some lower down, but yeah, they're starting to change colour, and actually that one's probably nearly ready, so we'll a treat for the family. More peppers here, huge tomatoes. We'll see how long they take to redden. I've moved a pepper bunch down here. These are a little bit smaller, but they were flowering, just to kind of, there were some tomatoes there that were a little bit weaker. The campanella seem to be reflowering now in the middle, which is great. Again, the pansies, I keep deadheading, they'll keep growing. These have been moved forward now. These were a little bit at the back. Hopefully they get a little bit more light now. Some bushier but not fruit and tomatoes at the back. Good row of peppers here. It's probably the best and strongest bunch of peppers. This old one here has done its flowering now, so doesn't need the light so much. More chrysanthemums here, yet to flower, and then back to here. So I've put in a row of cucumbers at this end just to kind of separate them out. They're intertwined, each separated by a tomato plant, and some of these tomato plants haven't yet flowered and probably aren't going to, so I don't mind if they don't really survive, because they're not really wasting space, but it just gives a bit of space. This is the tray of peppers that were kind of given a second chance, and then the abundance and the mess of this. So these 3 canes are the 3 blue potted tomato plants. You'll probably see them on a very early video, but the ones in here have literally taken over, just gone crazy. But quite a lot of tomatoes growing, so they're not yet reddening, and then the beans really intertwined, really interlocking, both plants crossing over. You can actually tell the 2 varieties. The red one is the plant on the left, and then and this one coming over and up is the plant on the right. So this is a take from this side. And there are like tomatoes hiding in there and stuff, so it's all very exciting. So no sign of flowering yet for the beans, I don't think, but it can't be far away, but it seems to be growing and growing. Anyway, so that's the update. Things are growing well. So peppers are sweet peppers and normal peppers, or paprika, cucumbers, tomatoes and beans, and a selection of flowers. So these, yeah, chrysanthemums will all flower late summer. They were planted with flowers on last year and a bit later, but these should be August, September, so that'd be really nice and vibrant. By then the beans will be colourful. Hopefully we'll have the red of tomatoes everywhere, the red of peppers growing, So it's really fantastic, and just wanted to give an update, having moved things around a bit to give things a bit more space. So yeah, exciting.